Hello guys, it's the 4th of Feb and we had, dreadful news, so our prices have been just doing its own thing. I'm currently on ES. We've had, of course, the market open, and the first thing I'm looking for is direction. So this is based on my two-step model, which I used to call the fib model. So step one is just to find some kind of direction. So I will do that on the 5 minutes. And just after the open, which is right here. So this is what we have. We have this down move right here, but there's no 5 minute fair value gaps. So the one thing I do want to clarify about step two, which is, my operational model is the 5 minutes. That means I only stick to the 5 minutes, and this is for consistency. You will find opportunities on other time frames. So I think yesterday or the day before, we found one on the 15 minutes, right? But I didn't take that trade because that's not what I have in my framework at the moment, okay? Maybe next year, maybe the year after, I might change that. It's a framework, so it's they're not rules. And if you follow my videos, you know I just find it difficult to follow rules. So I just renamed everything to frameworks and made it easy for me to swap things in and out of that framework. So for example, time frames. Right now, I'm focused in on the 5 minutes, but I could swap that out and say use the 1 minute. The only key point is I'm consistent. So if I'm using the 1 minute, then I stick with the 1 minute for X period of time, 3 months, to get enough data to then move into the next quarter. So 5 minutes is what I currently use. We have this 5 minutes for Vega, but as you can see, it didn't hold. Where's this my arrow? All right, we had uh, this sort of direction, and this is like a retracement. But the market is very, very indecisive right now. There's no, I mean, there is a fair value gap right here, which I completely did missed, but I've just seen that. And there you go. Okay. And the idea, I didn't see that. But the market is very indecisive, and the idea is just I just follow the three steps, right? So find the direction, find the fair value gap, find the overlap. That is it. Everything is done on the 5 minutes. Yes, I will miss trades, but it's the nature of the beast. I I I need to be consistent, but more importantly, I need clarity. That means I need enough data doing the same thing over and over and over and over again before I can look back and say, okay, maybe I can adjust this and adjust that. This is why I refer to the model a lot of the time as a framework, right? That bits you can take in or take out, right? So not a lot happening at the moment. Looks like we've hit. There was no obvious fair value gaps here. Let's drop to the 1 minute and let's see if there was something there. Yeah, there was a 1 minute fair value gap here, as you can see, in a 1 minute rejection. There's no push away. I mean, there is this one. So in theory, this fair value gap is where potentially, but it's quite far away from the from there. So I wouldn't use that. Now I generally just mark them anyway. Again, this is just so I can go back and look at them at some point. But the market is very sort of indecisive right now. It's not really doing a heck of a lot, to be honest. All right, let's just zoom out a little bit. 30 minutes. Okay, these boxes are just micro sessions. For me, it just makes things easy for me. I can see and visualize what's going on. For now, we're just going up and down. We're not really doing much. This is a 30 minutes, and this pre-market we swept the low, swept the high. I won't be surprised if we sweep this high as well. Yeah, it just looks like a random day. All right, so what we'll do is we'll give it another 30 minutes, and then I'll come back and we'll see if something's a little clearer. It's 10:30 at the moment, so we'll give it to 11. All right, guys, we are 10:50, 11. Now there is this, like I said, there is this directional move, but no 5-minute fair value gap. There's this move, retracement, and we could replicate that. So again, nothing, nothing to really take, but we can just watch this one and see if it delivers. Okay, so maybe there's a 1 minute or 2 minutes gap. We'll have a look. Okay, so that's that's the target. So if this is the high, let's see. Let's see on the 2 minutes if there's something. Yeah, we do have. It's right there. If I take this away, so there's a 2 minutes. So this is what I'm saying. Sometimes you can find opportunities on different time frames, but you really need to stick to those time frames, right? Then it becomes a lot easier over time. So that's 2 minutes. You can see the rejection. And there is, I know it's not super clear, but normally you get a fair value gap. This looks like it's, oh, there's one here actually. So if we take this away, so this is 2 minutes, small 2 minutes fair value gap. And then you can use that high. So you wouldn't be taking it here, obviously. You'll be, once this would have happened and this was retracing, you'll be using this to fashion a trade with this high or this high. Right? But it's very indecisive, so it's not going to be clean. And that's your target. So first of all, let's see. I think we do have enough. Yeah, we do have enough. So 40 points. So that's a 40-point trade. I mean, it's messy, but it is a 40-point trade. So 2 minutes, there's one there. Does it overlap? Yep. So everything's in place. If you were watching this on the 2 minutes, so you have your direction, okay, you have your retracement into that direction, so it's into a fair value gap, 2 minutes. You have then your entry. So the entry is experience, right? Uh, you're just looking for rejection. I'm sure there's other things you can look for, um, breaker blocks, um, and stuff like that. But you're looking for a rejection. Once you have that rejection, it just comes down to you, is that fair value gap holding supporting price? Because all you want is a measured move that replicates this same move. It's a tough environment, but that's all you're looking for. And that's step three, right? You find the overlap. Usually there's only one. Okay, so usually you have one significant fair value gap in that move, which makes it easy because it's just one. That one fair value gap must overlap with a fib. It gets a bit confusing when there's more than one because then you have to decide on which one, but usually there's one. This is why I say stick to one time frame. This is why I stick to one time frame because it just makes things a lot simpler. But if you wanted 2 minutes, then this potentially could have been something like you, that you took. I am not on the 2 minutes, so I am not taking this trade. I am sitting on the sidelines, and for me, this is now just a watching brief. That's all I am doing is just watching this to see, okay, does it do this? Because over time, um, next quarter, I'm gonna look back and go, okay, um, I missed all these trades, and it all happened on this time frame or these time frames. And if I see that that time frame keeps recurring, I will then decide, I'll then make a decision. Okay, do I stick to the 5 minutes or do I shift? Okay, so we're just gonna watch this and then see if it hits and then come back. All right, guys, it's 11:40 and we have pretty much hit that target. So the trade today was on the 2 minutes, so not on the 5 minutes. I was just observing, not doing anything else. And I think that, again, I think the key really is that having a model really helps you to be consistent, right? Uh, for me, overtrading was a problem, and I think having a model that helps you prevent that um, is really good. But if you don't have a model that does that, then use the session windows, use the micro session windows. Only focus on things like one trade a day or one trade in a session. Um, I think that would overall really help, right? Um, but you have to be willing to follow that method, follow that model, follow that process, follow that framework. All right, it's been one of those days, not a lot happening, and then suddenly everything just kind of moves. In the next video, I think I'll cover sort of my prep, be a 10-minute video, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video.